Good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 163 of the Watsons Go to Birmingham, chapter 12. We only have this much left of the book. It's crazy. Went by so fast. I miss you guys. So, on page 163, but he looked at Dad with your leaky little self again. Mr. Roberts said, You boys get used to the heat. Dad petted the dog and said, He's too old to hunt. Oh, yeah, that dog won't hunt no more. He just, like me, lost the desire. Both of us got to the point where we couldn't pull the trigger. Both of us got to be just like Joe Louise toward the end. Remember his last fights, Daniel? Remember how Joe just walked around the ring waving that left fist like it was a threat? He just couldn't throw it. He just couldn't pull the trigger. No more, his mind told him to do it, but his body wouldn't cooperate. That's me and Toddy. There's times at night I hear him howl and I know he's dreaming about being back in the woods, but both of us know that's gone. Mr. Robert bent down and rubbed the dog's head. Yes, son. In his day, this was the best dog in all Alabama. Used to get $100 just to stud him. Byron rubbed the old gray nasty-looking dog's head and too. $100, man. Yeah, me and Toddy saved each other's lives. Hate seeing him get so old. Judging by the way Mr. Robert looked, I bet the dog was saying the same thing about him. How do you save his life? You ever been hunting? No, sir. Well, there ain't too many animals wilder or tougher than an old coon. Most people think you chase them up a tree and pop 'em, but that ain't half the story. Toddy trailed this coon all the way out to this lake, and the coon went in the water. Now, most of the time, a dog will stop right in the water. They know better than to go in. But Toddy must have just dove right in after the coon. He must have been half a mile ahead of me when I heard him holler and then get real quiet. What happened? The coon got him in the water and held his head under until he was drowned. I stopped believing this junk right there. A raccoon drowning a dog? I looked at Bi and Dad, but they both were believing what Mr. Robert was saying. Dad said, I heard about raccoons doing that. Oh yeah, today here's living proof. Byron said, I've drowned. How come he's still alive? Well, when I finally got to the lake, I seen the coon going out one way and Toddy nowhere in sight, and I knew what happened. I dove right in the water and started looking for him. Took me only a minute. I dragged him back to shore, turned him upside down to let the water run out of him, held his mouth shut, and breathed right in his nose. He kicked a couple times, then came to. Byron said, Man, that's too much. That's cool. All I could think of was that Mr. Robert was probably the only human being who ever put his mouth on a dog's nose. That was pretty cool. I asked Dad, when do we eat? Kenny, you're the only one who hasn't eaten already. Your mother and grandmother are in the kitchen. Go in. I went back inside. Even before I got in, I could hear Mama saying that Birmingham wasn't anything like she remembered. Her favorite saying got to be, what's this? And how long this been like that? And when did that happen? And why does this look like that? And most of all, aw, Mama. Grandma Sands thought Mama was hilarious and cracked up every time Mama got upset or worried about something that she didn't remember or didn't like. Grandma Sands must have seen The Wizard of Oz a million times because every time she laughed, it sounded like the Wicked Witch of the West. At first, her laugh was so scary that whenever me and Joey heard it, we wanted to go behind something or someone, but after a while, we got used to it. It took us even longer to get used to the southern style of talking, man. Grandma Sands and Mama would get yakking to each other, and we could only understand half the things that they said. The smell of bacon dragged me right into the kitchen. Mama, Joey, and Grandma Sands were sitting at the little skinny kitchen table yakking. Morning, Kenneth. Morning, Mama. Morning, Joey. Morning, Grandma Sands. Please finish reading the next 2 pages on your own. Best of luck.